Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharp. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary this morning, along with my co-host here for today, Mr. Ryan Albert. What's up, Ryan?
Good morning. What's going on, Dave? How you doing?
I'm excellent, brother. I'm excellent. We're going to be talking about four reasons why you're stuck. Now, we teased this yesterday. We talked about Super Bowl commercials yesterday. It was awesome, and I got a lot of value from that. Going back over and looking at those and studying those a little bit. And today we have a PDF handout. Ryan, if you want to pop that in the chat. I'm going to open that handout and we're going to jump into four reasons why you're stuck here, uh, just to get this baby rocking and rolling first thing out the gate. And so, not only four reasons why you're stuck, but also how to get unstuck quickly. Now, if you're new here to the show, sometimes we're interviewing people, sometimes we're doing training and talking about how to be better as an entrepreneur and an online marketer. And so we're going to get into this. You can download this, read through this yourself. We're going to cover the four high level points, starting with inaction. Pretty self-explanatory, but Ryan, you want to take this one from your perspective?
Yeah. So one of the things I put right at the very top of inaction, the very first line under the headline is you can't get mad about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. And there's, I think, people people tend to treat their business like it's just this hobby we do on the side, but we want to get big business results with it. So if you treat it like a hobby, you're going to get hobby results, which in some cases, right, might even be no results, right? And this is kind of a big one. And another thing we put down here just a little bit further, the amount of times I've heard this is incredible, right? I've had somebody come into a coaching call or to one of our daily group calls or in Decade in a Day in the chat, and they'll say, oh, life got in the way. I'm just getting back into this, right? And they'll say that right after they said, I started 6 months ago and I thought I'd be much further by now. So, there's something that I noticed that, is a pretty active problem amongst a lot of people, whether it's due to kind of, I mean, I don't want to call anybody out and be like, oh, you're just lazy, but it could be, right? Is it laziness or is it something that's stopping you or actually getting in the way from you focusing on your business? But ultimately, you need to prioritize it. You're going to need to take some intentional time and put it to the side where your business can come first, right? Where your business, right? If you want to grow a business at certain times, it's going to have to come before your hobbies. It's going to have to come before your kids. It's going to have to come before your job. It's going to have to come before all these other things. You can't constantly, forever, and endlessly let all of those things be more important and be a higher priority than your business. Otherwise, you're never going to get an opportunity to actually work on and grow your business, right? And what if your business was making $1 million per year? Are you going to let life get in the way for a week? Probably not, right? You're gonna stay consistently working on that business nonstop, right? And so even though you're probably at zero right now, right, you still want to treat it as if it's making $1 million a year and come in and work on that every single day.
Yeah, 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 man. I mean, well said, super clear. Number two, I'm going to tackle this one is fear. And I think it's okay to call spades here, Ryan. I don't think you need, and I'm certainly not gonna hold back. I think if you are inactive, which was number one, if you are inactive, I think that you absolutely have to address your laziness. People just people have a hard time with those sort of labels and owning them, when in reality you owning your laziness or whatever it is and calling a spade and speaking in plain language may just be the most powerful thing that you do. And I'm certainly going to call a spade. So Ryan, keep doing that from your perspective as well. Fear is the same thing. It's not only inaction in sort of letting that win, but it's also, in my opinion, it can also be laziness or an unwillingness to do the work. And what is the work? Man, the work is going and walking through whatever it is that is scary to you. If you are terrified of heights, right? The work would be going and addressing that height, going and going to the whatever skyscraper, tallest building in your city, and taking an elevator up to the observation deck. That would be doing the work. Doing the work could be, well, I have some things from my life I know that are holding me back. I'm not able to go back in time and address those things. Well, simply just acknowledging them, talking about them, admitting that that's holding you back. Sometimes just owning and admitting something is doing the work, right? So whatever the fear is, I think it can be laziness. Think it can be avoidance, right? I think it can be and it's definitely avoidance, because you're either avoiding the actual work itself or you're avoiding the emotional uncomfortability of the work, right? One of the two. There's no other. Or you have a fear of what people are going to think, right? But usually you take those things away and you've got an ultra successful action taking person, right? Somebody who doesn't care what people think, somebody who's sort of willing to go through the emotional uncomfortability of discipline, and also somebody who says, hey, yeah, this is going to be physically exhausting probably, or mentally draining, and that's just anything that I'm going to be successful with is going to be physically and mentally exhausting. So that just sort of comes with the territory. And my opinion is on avoidance, because I'm afraid of something, is it's actually more work to avoid it than to do it. That's my personal experience. So if you're letting fear dominate you because you're avoiding something, consider the amount of work to avoid it. It's sort of like avoiding a person, right? Somebody who you don't want to run into. An ex, somebody you have, I don't know, beef with of some sort, somebody who hurts you in some way, and you just, man, it's so exhausting. Is so-and-so going to be there? I don't know. Maybe I will, won't come, yada, yada. Come to the party, don't come to the party. This happens a lot of times when people split. And then it's like this weird, like, am I going to, and it's like, instead of just facing it and going and showing up and dealing with the uncomfortability and just every single time, it's never as big of a deal as we make it out to be. And so fear is definitely one of the things that hold people back. Next to inaction, what's number 3? Piggyback on anything that I said, of course, Ryan, or just take, you're talking to the wrong people. Number 3, reasons why you are stuck and how to get unstuck. Today on this Tuesday, February 11th at 10:16 a.m. Ryan, number 3, you're talking to the wrong people. What is that?
Yeah. And I love that example. First time I've heard you use that example of like, oh, the X is in the room or whatever, and I'm trying to avoid it. I mean, that is like the perfect analogy for that. So that was, I wanted to give you credit for that one. That one was awesome. You're talking to the wrong people. Yeah. So I see, I did this, I'm sure Dave's probably done this at time or two. We've all kind of done this, but you need to be able to identify that you're actually doing it. Otherwise your progress is going to be kind of non-existent. Right. And this was actually a conversation I had a couple times, even just yesterday, talking to members and different clients in different mediums here. And sometimes the most common way it kind of manifests itself is when you're just kind of talking about the thing you do all the time, but the target audience you're trying to speak to doesn't really know anything about it. So you just end up talking to other people who are already doing the thing you're doing, when really you're looking to talk to other people who need to learn how to do the thing you're doing, right? So you want to go and take a look at your most recent content, your videos, emails, anything else that you're producing for the public to see. And you want to look at that and you want to figure out, am I creating content, or do I have stuff here that is immediately going to be obvious to the person I want to reach? Oh, this is for me, right? Is that whoever it is that single mom, or is that nurse, or is that whatever she is, that grandmother, right? And is that whoever that target audience is, when that target audience stumbles upon your posts, are they immediately going to stop and start paying attention to it, right? Are you saying what you're there to say to them very consistently from the start of your video and from the start of whatever it is you're producing, right? From the headline on your page, or it can even be a friggin' blog article. Is the title of it something that's going to let them know that this is who this is for and this is for you, right? Is that abundantly clear and obvious on everything that you're making? And if that's not the case, if it's just kind of random, right? And you've got this one about the dog, and this one about the beach, and this one about your shopping the other day, and then this one's about business, but then the next one's about something different yet again. That's then there's a high likelihood this is going to be your problem, because you can post and post and post and post and post forever and never really see any progress if you're not consistently targeting the people you want to target. And if you don't know how to do it, right, the easiest way to do this is to just have some kind of call out in the beginning of your video, right? Come out and call out, say, are you this type of person? Do you want, if you are this, right? You can do things like that to make it really easy to just get into the habit and create that pattern of every single time I make a post, I'm going to be targeting the right person, or at least I'm going to be abundantly direct and clear and obvious that, hey, this is the person I'm attempting to reach with this. And then, if there's another problem beyond that, that's not too hard to fix. We just have to see it, manifest, and then figure out what it is. But this is a huge problem and that's how you can fix it, is like that. And there's names for pages that have this problem, or names for pages that people have where they're intentionally kind of doing stuff random. It's called shit posting, right? You ever heard that? Or have you ever heard the teenagers, probably in their 20s now, they call it a Finstagram page, like Finsta with an F, right? It's just a nothing, no purpose, no point to it page where they post random crap. And that's them doing it intentionally, but you don't want to accidentally wind up with a Finstagram page that nobody really cares about. Because I remember when I was in high school in early 20s, all the girls brag about, oh, you got to follow my Finsta. Don't follow my Insta. That's where my family is. Like, there's nobody friggin' here, bro. There's nobody looking at any of this stuff, right? So you don't want to have one of those pages, right? People, and I can sit here and give you technical reasons for this, but the important piece is that humans, right, naturally, they're going to be interested in hearing more from the people who are consistently talking directly to them, that they can relate to all the time, and that they can understand, and that are making them feel good, and that are just teaching them things and providing the type of content they're looking for when they go to social media in the first place, right? And that's your target audience. So you want to stay super consistent with it. And I think I went on for a while like that, but I think I drove the point home. Dave, I don't know if you had anything to add.
Hey, man, do you got a Finsta that you're hiding from me, man? Because I'm just trying to get your Finsta handle, bro. I don't want your Insta handle. I want your Finsta handle. So anyways, get with me after the show about that. Number 4, you have no clear offer. Yeah, I mean, in the same way that you're not talking to the right or the specific people that you want to be talking to, you have nothing clear that you're offering. And if you look at, for example, Wake Up Legendary here, and what we've done right here on this Facebook page that you're looking at. I mean, man, we have been as consistent as you can possibly be with a content strategy. If you go and you scroll through the very page that we are streaming on here right now. I mean, this was a page that was started from absolutely nothing, and we've just gone live on it 5 days a week, really posting nothing else, like doing nothing else except going live. Legendary marketer, the page, online marketing education delivered simply with integrity. It's crystal clear. And here we are live right now. Everybody say hey. If you scroll through here, it's just the same thing though, for years. And so you want to be thinking about that. That's an example. It's like the consistency of that. Your personally branded pages on Instagram and TikTok and so forth can be a little bit more personalized, right? I mean, even this, if you're building a brand and you're building a personal brand, which most all of us are, it's not going to be, it doesn't have to be you don't have to have a logo in the profile picture, right? And call it like your company name. It could be your personal name. But I think that the thing that I'm driving home here is just the consistency of the messaging to the audience, right? Because number 3 was you're not talking to the right people, and number 4 is that you don't have a clear offer, and so again, Ryan just went over talking to the wrong people. Having no clear offer means that you guys have nothing that you're offering to people for them to how to get started. And that's the most important thing that you need to remember, that 99.9% of people are going to want from you is they just need to know how to get started. They need to know how to get started with something. It needs to be simple, easy, and fun. It can't be complicated. It needs to be an easy way. And to take this a step further in terms of clarity of offer, a clear offer that's difficult to access still is a difficult to sell offer. But if it's clear and you make them giving you money simple, easy, and fun, then now you have an offer that is you can really scale, you can sell a lot of. So what does that mean? It just means it can mean something if you're talking to them on the phone. Obviously, you want to make the process as easy as possible, as simple as possible. No problem. I'll take care of it for you. So many people who are in sales and marketing make it the customer's responsibility to make the sale happen. And that's a horrible way to approach things. You got to make things simple in every way. But in terms of how do you make that happen in your internet marketing mechanics, you do things like make sure your checkout page is simple. It's easy to use, or the company that you're referring people to has a clean, simple checkout process. If people can't pay, you're not going to make any money. Paying also has to be simple. Not too many options. A lot of you think giving people 4 or 5 options or even 3 is no. I mean, really, the big enough option that somebody has to make is whether they're going to buy or not. That's a big enough decision. Not whether they're going to buy package A, B, C, or D. So keep your choices as few as possible. Give them one thing to decide on at a time. That's why when we talk about and teach funnel building in selling through using systems and sales funnels, we don't sell everything all at once. There's upsells because somebody can make a decision about a product. You really want them to give your product significant consideration, right? You want them to think about it. This isn't Uber Eats. You're not just adding sauce to your order, right? Or they're not. You don't want them to order your products like that. So take them through and give them one option at a time. That's also can confuse and make your offer not clear. Here's another thing. When they click on your link in your bio, don't have 50 things there. That's not clear. If they knew what to do, they wouldn't be watching your videos in the first place. I see so many people using these link trees and all these different, look, you would generate so many more leads if you just drove people and collected email addresses. Just gave them one thing to think about at a time. Once you could, the only thing they should be thinking about coming off your social media profile is, do I want the free thing that he or she is offering? Oh, and if I do, what email address do I want it sent to, right? That's the only thing they should be thinking about. And it's not even about that. It's just that they want the next free thing from you, right? So one step at a time. Jody, business strategist, says, I love the one step at a time. Look, this is something that so many people miss. And it's not about having especially if you're starting out in affiliate marketing. You don't have to worry about the actual sales presentation itself. So don't worry about, let the product owner create the sales presentation. And hopefully if somebody like myself knows how to create a powerful sales presentation. Whenever you go to enroll in any of our challenges, it's only one thing you can buy, not a bunch of different stuff. It's only one decision to make. Let the product, if you're just an affiliate, let the product owner worry about that. You just make sure that when they come off your social media profile, they've got a clear path to the actual sales presentation. You should be building the value, it should be congruent, and it should be clear and simple. One step should make sense to the next step, right? What do I mean by that? You shouldn't be given a weight loss free giveaway PDF if ultimately you're selling a make money online product on the back end. Does this make sense? Not rocket science. What I'm just saying is, by congruent, I mean, just make sure that if you're ultimately promoting a make money online or if you're promoting dog training on the back end, that that even the videos that you ultimately are posted on your social media all are on the same topic. That's common sense, right? But you wouldn't believe how many people have incongruent. And if you can take that steps further, right? If you're promoting something about affiliate marketing, ultimately that's going to teach people about affiliate marketing, giving away a free giveaway like 20 top profitable niches to sell other people's products online and build a business without ever inventing or creating a product yourself. That'd be a great giveaway. I just came up with that off the top of my head. I could go to ChatGPT and say, give me the top 20 niches based on all the research done on the internet. Give me the top 20 niches, and then give me a brief explanation of what each of those niches are, who the target customer is, and what are some of the most popular products to sell. Your damn PDF is done. Your giveaway's done. Now, you slap that into, I don't care if you could just put that, some of you, it doesn't even need to be a PDF. That could just be the first email that you send to people, is an email with the 20 most profitable niches. Here's the information that you requested at my website. The 20 most, and then you just write it out right there in the email. But now if I was promoting a product that taught people how to do affiliate marketing, obviously that would be a nice congruent free gift giveaway, right? So that has to be clear every step of the way. Clear means one decision to make, is really what I want to boil that down today too, from my perspective. Like, we've got additional information in the PDF for you to read, but I want you to remember that clear usually means, and I'm telling you, friends, your actual communication in life with people, you'd get so much more of what you wanted in life if you would just ask people one question at a time instead of overwhelming them with multiple questions at a time. The shit that works on the internet is also the stuff that works in real life with actual human beings too. Right, Ryan?
Absolutely.
If I come to you and I'm like, hey, Ryan, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite sandwich meat on a sandwich? What condiments do you like? And do you like when the sky is cloudy, gray, or blue? And, please answer all of those questions for me. I'm curious to know your answer right now.
Yeah, my favorite color is going to be red. My favorite sandwich meat's going to be roast beef. The third question, what was the third question?
Exactly. What was the third question? That's my point. He even gave it
Yeah,
an honest effort. So it's like, but if I just said, what's your favorite sandwich meat?
roast beef.
Boom. One question, one answer. See how fast that is? See how easy that was? Now, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Do you like rainy days or sunny days?
Sunny.
Boom. So, man, isn't that simple? Isn't that stress-free? It's like one thing at a time versus that asking multiple questions. Many of you do this in every single time you open your mouth. You try to say 50 things and you try to ask 50 questions and you never get what you want. And you don't get taken seriously and people don't listen to you. And that's why. Because you don't make it easy to interact with you. Your leadership skills and your ability to not only sell and market, but also lead will drastically increase, get better when you also keep your communication more simple. I sent a couple of messages out this morning, and one of the things that I did in those messages, because I realized that I was kind of coming into my team, it's almost, we're about to be halfway through the week here to tomorrow. I wanted to get some things moving, check-ins on some things. So I posted some questions in a couple of different threads about four or five different things, but I bulleted, I numbered them. So my point here is that a lot of marketing is about not only having a clear offer, but if you boil that back down to like the source, it's clear communication every time you talk. And in order to be a great offer creator, you also have to understand how to communicate clearly to people. Once you understand how to communicate clearly, simply to people and actually get them to start responding. And this is something that you can practice. Not a single one of you need to have a marketing business or have anything entrepreneurial or online marketing to start getting better at making clear and powerful offers. And it's that you just begin to improve your communication, simplify. And every single time you ask something and you write something, you quickly read it or listen to what you said and ask yourself, would I be able to answer this question clearly based on how I just asked it? So that's what I'll say on that. Ryan, anything to add to the no clear offer?
The only thing I would point out is just that I have some examples, some real examples I actually threw into the PDF. So if you guys are kind of struggling with like, okay, it makes sense, but how do I say it? There's a couple examples right in there, but I think you nailed it really, really, really well. The only other piece to this is in addition to just having really, really clear communication, just communicating all the information, right? Communicating all the necessary information is the only thing, right? So you don't want to talk about the problem and not how you're going to solve it. You know what I mean? That's essentially what I mean by that. But otherwise, no. I mean, you did a pretty good job on that one. I would say better than I could do.
Well, I ranted a little bit, so sometimes things come out that are good. Sometimes things come out that are unclear. I am too a work in progress, my friends. I am always trying to, I'm constantly taking my own advice and reading what I'm saying and also listening to what I'm saying or doing the best job I can and asking myself, shit, was that actually clear? Did that make sense? And a lot of you in your content, um, it's a small adjustment for you to make, but when you do, it can make a sizable difference. And that clear communication, that just these four things that we talked about today, a little bit of dynamics and a little bit of mechanics that can help you to get unstuck by trying these four things over the course of the next week, going and looking at your content, your pages, your funnels, asking yourself, is everything crystal clear? Is there anywhere that somebody could get confused and fall off? Because if they come to a place where they're confused in what the next step and what's going to happen when they take that next step is not clear, then that can present a real challenge, and that can hurt your conversions in that area. One of the things that I always do, and I have done this for years, it's a great way to analyze your business, is look at all of the different conversion points inside of your business, right? Because you may have an area of your particular sales process that's stuck and the rest of it is not, and you think you're stuck, right? And so what I mean by that is that it could be something as stupid as like your opt-in page is broken or something, and you're driving decent traffic, but you're not actually generating leads because something's broke. Or it could be that everything's working perfectly, and you have something that's unclear in your bridge page, right? Once they opt in, they come to that bridge page and they land on it. And how you can tell is by tracking the metrics, right? So you simply track, how many hits did I get on my landing page versus how many people opted in? How many people hit my bridge page versus how many people clicked my affiliate link, right? All of those stats you can see inside of whatever funnel builder you have, and you can track those stats. As a matter of fact, inside of our Business Blueprints program, we have an entire module on tracking, as well as a spreadsheet that you can use to be able to track these important metrics. The module is called Tracking and Testing. And so consider that this is not all art, friends. This is not all a guessing game. There's actual math and metrics that can help you to see where in your process people are falling off. Maybe you're driving maybe you have a good conversion percentage that you're generating leads. Maybe a lot of people are clicking your affiliate link, but nobody's buying the offer. Well, then there's an issue with the offer. Do you know your metrics, though? I think one of these areas that it'd be a disservice if we ended the call without telling you that sometimes being stuck also means that you have some sort of a breakdown in your sales process, and you need to find out where people are falling into the crack, right? Where are they falling into the crack? Because maybe you can make a change to your process because you're looking at, oh, wow, this is where everybody's falling off. We're getting tons of people here, but they're not taking this next step. So we need to focus our attention in this particular area. And that has been a lifesaver of trying to get unstuck. If I feel stuck, trying to change everything about my business versus zeroing in on where the data is saying that people are falling through the cracks and fixing something one thing at a time. So if it actually works, I know what worked versus then not knowing what actually made a difference. So, dude, awesome stuff, man. Anything to add?
No, man, I think we hammered it. I don't want to give them too many offers and cause confusion,
True.
I think we hammered it well. I mean, no, this was great. This was really, really solid. This was kind of the thing that I wish I had to kind of watch over and over and over again in year one for me was something kind of like this workshop where it's like, touching on a lot of the little nuggets you just gave, but also just kind of like, look, it's one of these four problems because, I remember going through that phase of not knowing, like, where am I messing up? Like, where am I falling short? Where is my problem? Like, there's nothing more frustrating to me than just not knowing what the problem was, right? Than having a problem and knowing there was a problem because I'm not getting results, but not knowing what the problem was. And that's just kind of part of it. And for me, that's a really frustrating thing. I don't give up when that happens, right? I figure out what the problem is, right? I do what I got to do to figure it out. At my case, at the time, I had to get coaching for that. So that was my way of solving the problem, right? I don't have the time to figure this out, so I'm just going to pay somebody who, for their time, who just knows what my answer is going to be, right? That's what I wound up doing. But yeah, this was something I like. If I had this in year one, like if this was something I got hit with in my first or second week that I could always go back to and just kind of review, like pull open a document and be like, all right, it's one of these 4 things. That would be huge. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got, man. That's it. I don't have anything more to put on here. I think this was pretty solid.
All right, brother. Well, my friends, we will see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Have a great day. Have an amazing Tuesday. Stay legendary. If you want to download the worksheet that we were working off of, I'm putting it in the comments again. Please beware of anybody who may be reaching out to you here on social media, claiming to be us, me, Ryan, anybody else inside or from our community or representing our company. We don't do that. If there's ever a question about whether somebody is us, you can email us directly at support@legendarymarketer.com. Singular. legendarymarketer.com, not legendary marketers, not legendaries, not any. legendarymarketer.com is our only official site, and our only official support address is support@legendarymarketer.com. You will see that I put my personal email address inside of our worksheet today for a specific reason, so you can reach out to that if you're interested in that as well. With that being said, my brother, peace. Have a great day, Ryan, and all of you badass legends. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Get out of here, my friends. Peace.
See you.